recall years ago when I'd come home from school, I'd hang outside with my sister, and I'd have family dinners and go to bed at a decent time. But nowadays, when I come home from school, I begin the piles of homework each and every single night. I think the thing that motivated me the most when I was younger was to stay happy, whether that was drawing a picture for my grandma, having sleepovers with my cousins, or even spending a weekend up at my cottage. Happiness was always something I had close by. I think looking at the society today, because we're so connected, we're more disconnected now than ever. Right here, right now, 1 out of 3 people are truly happy with their lives. And I think the explanation for that is because people are looking for happiness in the wrong places. So what is happiness? Happiness is more than a feeling. Happiness is not dependent on one thing. When you become dependent on one thing for pleasure, over time that one thing doesn't bring you happiness anymore. Because you become so used to it, it starts to lose the special factor. For example, look at a person with lots of money. They always need to have the best and newest thing. And why is that? Because they think that that brings them happiness. But in reality, it doesn't bring them happiness. It brings them in the wrong direction. Or look at a drug addict. You ask them why they started drugs in the beginning. I guarantee you 50% of them will say, because I wanted the great pleasure. But in the end, it doesn't bring them true happiness like they think it does. It just becomes an expensive addiction. Happiness also isn't being perfect. As you grow up, you go through peer pressure, you're given expectations to uphold, and you do things out of your comfort zone to feel wanted. When you do things you usually wouldn't, so someone thinks more highly of you, or you do things that are like not the right decisions, or even if you throw away the things that you find joy in for someone else, it only destroys your happiness. And theoretically, the only expectation you have to uphold in life is to live a fulfilling life for yourself. So what is happiness? Happiness, I'm sure, is, you've heard that it's being positive all the time, or looking for the best in things. But happiness is also being you. You ignite the positive energy inside of you by doing the things you love to do. Whether that's playing sports, doing instruments, it's something that makes you happy. Being at peace with yourself in a world that is constantly trying to change you brings your own sense of happiness. You can't go through life just doing the motions. You have to pursue meaning and potential in every single detail. Also, while trying to find yourself, you have to try new things, have an open mind. And I'm sure you're asking, what does taking risks have to do with finding happiness? Because as you grow up, the things that once used to make you happy, the memories or the experiences, they don't create the same sense of happiness. And I'm sure that they do bring happy memories back, but as you grow old, like, for example, look at when you're in middle school, you get to have lunch with your friend. That's going to make you happy in the moment. But when you're 50 or 60, it's not going to create the same sense of happiness. Happiness also is shifting your focus. In life, you go through the good and the bad times, and when you're at your low points in your life, you become so caught up in all the things that are going bad, you forget about all the things that are going right. So instead of focusing your energy on the negative, focus it on the positive, the things that create happiness in your life. Happiness can be found in the littlest moments. You just have to have the passion to want it. Happiness is also like a boomerang. Happiness can be something you create in somebody else by showing them love or kindness. It is what you could call a domino effect. Every event, person, idea can be a domino. You can start off the chain reaction with a smile, a kind gesture, or even a simple ask on how they're doing. It can start like a wildfire. And I'm sure that happiness or kindness or love won't be brought back to you instantly, but over time, if you share happiness, everyone in the world is going to receive it at some point in their life. So to conclude my talk, I would like to say that happiness nowadays has become secondary rather than primary. It is because we're so obsessed with social media and stuff. We don't know what happiness truly is. So the next time you have to ask yourself if you're truly happy, you're not. Because happiness, you don't have to think about if you're happy, you just are. So I'd like to say that you need to believe you deserve to be happy. You have to change your quality of thought and how you perceive the world.